Yo, what's up? Greetings. Welcome back to another episode of Realize TV. And today, I want to address some erroneous information that's going around about New Orleans in the name of New Orleans, meaning bad food or one of them negative terms that I see that's going around. I'm just here to set the record straight on what New Orleans, what it is, what New Orleans is. Because first of all, it's 2023. Ain't nobody walking around saying they from N.O.LA. No, nobody in this city walking around talking about they from N.O.LA. First of all, so for a dude to make that type of statement goes to show you don't know what's happening down here, you don't know what's popping down here, and especially in regards to the conscious movement that we doing down here, because ain't just with that, N.O.LA. It sound like a nigga great grandpa somebody talking, saying N.O.LA. And still, that don't even equate to the crap and the erroneous information that dude put out in regards to New Orleans mean bad quality food. New Orleans means nigger. You know, I mean, man, we have hundreds of lyrics that describe New Orleans in a positive light, in a positive capacity, versus this so-called historical racist name of New Orleans being a nigger or New Orleans meaning bad food, which is all wrong, you know. And I already addressed the fact that, yes, New Orleans is named in honor of the French regent Philip, Duke of Orleans. But the city itself, New Orleans, is actually, and I already addressed this once again, it's named after 3rd century Roman Emperor Aurelian, who founded a city in France called Civitas Aurelian, which means the city of Aurelian. Later, you know, through language change, the French named the city Orleans, which we get Old Orleans, and from Old Orleans we get New Orleans. So in essence, the name New Orleans don't have nothing to do with food. It don't have nothing esoterically to do with food. It don't have nothing occultly to do with food. And it just don't have nothing to do with food. It's named after, like many cities in America, imperial rulers. So, I mean, we're going to kill that with that. And now we're going to even go deeper with this, though. So, watch this.
People, only your queens and kings performed in this particular kind of drama. In fact, I'll read to you a brief excerpt from a book that I have titled Othello's Countrymen. The practice of blackening was transformed to the more sophisticated court disguisings of the 16th century. See, many people believe, or under the opinion, I should say, that this blacking up is something relatively new, that it only happened here in America during the last century. Untrue. This has been going on for thousands of years, this blackening up, and imitating black people in a negative fashion. And of course, this is all a part of the media. And we think about that term, the word media, and about the goddess who killed. It's all about killing. It's done very, very subtly. The practice of blackening was transferred to the more sophisticated court disguisings of the 16th century. In the earliest surviving description of a courtly festivity, which involved blackening, the term Egyptian, Morescos, and Black Moors appear. In this mask-like performance in 1510, Henry VIII, does that surprise you? Henry VIII and the Earl of Essex had come in apparelled after Turkey fashion. When we say Turkey fashion, of course, they're talking of black people who were called turkeys in that day and age. In fact, that's why they have the roasting of the turkey every Thanksgiving and Christmas, okay? Because this is...
So yeah, we get it. The Levee song, like so many other songs of the 18th century coming into the early 21st century, they were all magical incantations for the destruction of our minds. So yeah, they still use these magical incantations right now in popular music all around us. So the Levee song was a song that was trying to degrade not only blacks of New Orleans, but those of Virginia, Boston, and Charlottetown as well. Because it's real simple. New Orleans is a place known for oysters just like Virginia. Boston have baked beans and all of that, but we still eat beans, red beans, and the various bean soups here in New Orleans also. And Boston has various beans, not only baked beans. Even with the rice and corn thing, we have corn machu here. And if they eat corn out there in Charlotte, it's the same thing as all nigga food. Just ain't no New Orleans. So I get the pretense of what the song is trying to do with their magical hate and their spell binding, what goes on in this society. So that's what that is. Now I'm about to address this other stuff now. All right. Now with all that being said, we have a lot of information going around. But what I don't understand is that after we put these after I and N.O.LA by nature, N.O.LA by narrative, put these videos out about the name origins of New Orleans, you get these in a video pop up with dude talking about New Orleans with this what people call pseudo information, because none of that stuff have no facts. Like if you go check out the video, we know where the name origin come from. It come from a 3rd century Roman ruler. It has nothing to do with food. And even if you want to say the natives of New Orleans, we down here say New Orleans. Nobody don't much talk like that. It's 2023. We don't N.O.LA, dog. You know what I mean? So everything is N.O.LA down here. It's N.O.LA by nature. We N.O.LA by nature. You know what I'm saying? Everything is new. This is New Orleans. This ain't no New Orleans. So all that you talking about is played out and dead, don't carry no weight. You know what I mean? And the food down here has been a mixture of local native foods, African foods brought from Africa, and of course the European mixture in their dishes. So if you want to call that bad food, you call that Cajun stuff, people eating raccoons and squirrels and snakes and shit, yeah, that may be bad food. But okra, beans, soups, stocks, things of that nature, that's not nothing bad for us, Now, if you want to go into the modern concept of people being vegan and vegetarian versus the high cholesterol foods, well, that's a whole nother story. But you still got millions of people coming down to this city annually eating all this bad, so-called bad food, was making people millions and millions of dollars. So we all know how that game go. So I just want to put the right narrative on the fact that the name New Orleans doesn't imply bad food, poor health, just none of that stuff, man. It's strictly Eurocentric, Roman Imperial Republic rule like the rest of these cities, Philadelphia, you name it, Austin, Houston, whatever, man. So, I'm going to leave y'all with that. I'm Ntchr Israal. Want some more? Just holler at me, and I'm out.
Boy, that's cold-blooded.
You don't want it.
Soldier Slim and Reverse. I ain't never seen nothing like this, y'all. They don't want to go to war.
You don't want it. Here we go.